Nutrition in animals. You have learned, children, in chapter 1 that plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals cannot. Animals get their food from plants either directly by eating plants or indirectly by eating animals that eat plants. Some animals eat both plants and animals. Recall that all organisms including humans require food for growth, for repair and functioning of body also. Animal nutrition includes nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food and its utilization in the body. Components of food such as carbohydrates and complex substances. These complex substances cannot be utilized as such. So they are broken down into simpler substances. The breakdown of complex components of food into simpler substances is called as digestion. The mode of taking food into the body varies in different organisms. Bees and hummingbirds suck the nectar of the plants. Infants of human and many other animals feed on mother's milk. Snakes like the pythons swallow the animals they prey upon. Some aquatic animals filter tiny food particles floating nearby and feed upon them. Digestion in human beings is what I am going to explain, students, for you. Digestion in human beings. We take in food through the mouth, digest and utilize it. The unused parts of the food are defecated. Have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? The food passes through a continuous canal. Which begins at the buccal cavity and ends at the anus. The canal can be divided into various compartments: buccal cavity, food pipe, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, ending in rectum and the anus. It is not a very long path. These parts together form the alimentary canal. So alimentary canal includes what, children? Buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and the anus. These are together called alimentary canal or digestive tract. The food components gradually get digested. Food travels through the various compartments. The inner walls of the stomach and small intestine and the various glands associated with the canals, such as salivary glands, the liver and the pancreas, secrete digestive juices. The digestive juices converts complex substances of food into simpler ones. The digestive tract and its associated glands together constitute the digestive system. The mouth and the buccal cavity. First we will learn about the mouth and the buccal cavity. Food is taken into the body through the mouth. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. We chew the food with the teeth and break it down mechanically into pieces. Each tooth is rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Our teeth vary in appearance and perform different functions. Our mouth has a salivary glands which secrete saliva. Do you know about the action of saliva on the food? Let us point out. The saliva breaks down the starch into sugars. The tongue is a fleshy, muscular organ attached to the back of the floor of the buccal cavity. It is free at the front and can be moved in all directions. Do you know the functions of the tongue? We use tongue for talking. Besides, it mixes saliva with food during chewing and helps in swallowing the food. We also taste the food with our tongue. It has taste buds that detect different tastes of the food. We also have taste buds which helps in detecting the taste. Next, food pipe or esophagus. The swallowed food passes into the food pipe or esophagus. The food pipe runs along the neck and the chest. Food is pushed down by the movement of wall of the food pipe. Actually, this movement takes place through the alimentary canal and pushes the food downwards. At times, the food is not accepted by your stomach and is vomited out. Recall the instant when you vomited after eating and think of the reason for it. The stomach is a thick-walled bag. Which is looks somewhat like this. The stomach will be looking like a J-shaped bag. The stomach will be looking like a J-shaped bag like this. This is how the stomach looks. Stomach is muscular organ which will help in mixing of food. Whatever food we take. That's why we should not eat food and immediately sleep off. Why? Because you should walk a little bit, because the food in the stomach should get mixed properly. Very, very important. The inner lining of the stomach secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid and digestive juices. The mucus protects the lining of stomach. The acid kills many bacteria that enter along with the food and makes the medium in the stomach acidic and helps the digestive juices to act. The digestive juices break down proteins into simpler substances. The small intestine is highly coiled and is about 7.5 meters long. It receives secretions from the liver and pancreas. Besides, its wall also secretes juices. The liver is reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. It is the largest gland in the body. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice that is stored. So the liver will secrete bile juice. Bile juice that is stored in a sac called gallbladder. The bile plays an important role in digestion of fats. Pancreas is a large cream-colored gland located just below the stomach. The pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrates, fats, proteins and changes them into simple forms. The partly digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine where the intestinal juice completes the digestion of all components of the food. The carbohydrates get broken into simple sugars such as glucose and fats into fatty acids and glycerol, proteins into amino acids. Next, absorption in the small intestine. Digested food can now pass into the blood vessels in the wall of the intestine. Have thousands of finger-like outgrowths. These are called villi. Can you guess what the role of villi could be in the intestine? The villi increase the surface area for absorption. The digested food. Each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface. The surface of the villi absorb digested food materials. The absorbed substances are transported via the blood vessels to different organs of the body, where they are used to build complex substances such as proteins required by the body. This is called assimilation. In the cells, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, and the energy is released. The food that remains undigested, and unabsorbed enters into the large intestine. The large intestine is wider and shorter than the small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. Its function is to absorb water and some salts. From the undigested food material. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid fecal. The fecal matter is removed by anus from time to time. This is called as digestion. So, the nutrition in man includes 5 stages. So, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, digestion. Once again I will tell you, it includes 5 stages: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and digestion. These are the 5 steps of nutrition in animals. How do you see the digestion in grass eating animals? Have you observed cows, buffaloes and other grass eating animals chewing continuously? Even when they are not eating, actually they quickly swallow the grass and store it in the stomach called rumen. Here the food gets partially digested and is called cud. But later the cud returns to the mouth in small lumps and the milk animal chews it. This process is called as rumination, and these animals are called ruminants. The grass is rich in cellulose, a type of carbohydrate. In ruminants like cattle, deer, bacteria present in rumen helps in digestion of cellulose. Many animals, including humans, cannot digest cellulose. Animals like horses, rabbit have large sac-like structure called cecum between the esophagus and the small intestine. The cellulose of the food is digested by the action of certain bacteria which are not present in humans. So far you have learnt about animals. Then how do they acquire and digest the food? Next, feeding and digestion in amoeba. Amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism found in pond water. Amoeba has a cell membrane, rounded and dense nucleus and many bubble-like vacuoles in its cytoplasm. Amoeba constantly changes its shape and position, pushes out one or more finger-like projections called pseudopodia or false feet for movement and capture of food. Amoeba feeds on some microscopic organisms. When it senses food, it pushes out pseudopodia, food particle and engulfs it. The food becomes trapped in a food vacuole. Digestive juices are secreted into food vacuole. They act on food and break down into simpler substances. Gradually, digested food is absorbed. The absorbed substances are used for growth, maintenance and multiplication. The undigested residue of the food is expelled outside by the vacuole. The basic process of digestion of the food and release of energy is same in all animals. The digestion or the absorption of food is similar in all animals.